Right, rumour mill is fully active. Athletic reporting this morning that Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp are interested in Jarrod Bowen. No chance I would let him go, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the same. But let's talk over the details of this alleged interest. Now, they obviously know that Divock Origi, which I spoke about yesterday, Xherdan Shaqiri, they will be leaving Liverpool probably this summer, and Jurgen is looking for a player that can probably fit in a mould better than Liverpool, and this is why I don't feel the interest. And I think I've heard Liverpool fans be a little bit overcritical of Jarrod Bowen, and as a West Ham fan, I find it really hard to take. But when you actually look at the way that Bowen plays for West Ham, an inside forward, can drift wide, can come inside, he's a good finisher as well, actually operates better in those central areas. He would fit Liverpool, and so that kind of interest to me does make sense. But if you're asking me whether I would even consider him to leave West Ham, absolutely no chance. I think, and I said this towards the end of last season, there's a few players in this West Ham side that will take their game to another level next season in terms of goal contributions. And Bowen, to be fair to him, outran the other two. And I labelled Pablo Fornals, Said Benrahma, possibly, and I know he came in a little bit later, but definitely Jarrod Bowen as players that will go on next season and really improve. And from what I've seen in glimpses this season, the sharpness, the directness, the areas that he's picking up, almost becoming like a secondary striker, he's something that West Ham need 100%. And the way that we are going to play, whether it's in those transitions in the counter or whether what we saw a little bit against Dundee in just a pre-season friendly, him coming in and operating in those central areas in a 4-2-3-1, is absolutely crucial. If we're talking about price tags, I would have said nothing. If I'm West Ham, it's nothing less than 50. It's absolutely no. And this is the thing that I think a lot of fans of these other clubs need to understand. And I'm actually quite happy this window that we're seeing a number of clubs that are pushing towards the top half of the table, whether that's Leeds, whether it's Aston Villa, whether it's West Ham, standing firm on their price valuations. Now, the player is not worth what the rival club decrees them to be. It's what he's worth to West Ham. It's what he's worth to Villa or Leeds. Now, Jarrod Bowen, to me, is worth 50 million to West Ham. He's indispensable. You look at the way that the board are operating this window currently, there isn't even enough evidence to suggest that we're going to go and bring in someone that's going to replace anyone on the wide areas if Yarmolenko leaves. So really and truthfully, he could be one of our only natural wide options. So that's a factor. You look down the road at Arsenal signing Ben White for £50 million. Again, we're not talking realistic valuations, but we're talking this is the market that we're in. And West Ham don't need to sell from at least what I can understand. I'm sure we'll talk about the investors in a later video. Listen, you just don't let him go. And I'm always veering on the point of, would I even really let him go at all? Because do you really trust someone to go and replace him, particularly with the club at the state that it is at the minute? But that's it. This is just interest. It's just rumours. I think a lot of chess pieces need to move in order for this to be a realistic move. And I'm really excited to see Jarrod Bowen this season. I'm telling you now, I think he takes it to another level. I think we're getting 10 goals. I think we're getting 5 assists. Maybe he contributes even more goals across the competitions. We won't know. But that's just addressing this rumour. I feel it's only right to talk about it because it did come out on The Athletic, and that is relatively credible. Drop a like on the video if you do enjoy this type of content. Subscribe to the West Ham Way. I've got 2 videos coming next. I'm going to talk about the investor rumour, and I'd really prop the XWH employee and Dave's podcast here and the Patreon account. I think they come out yesterday and said that they'll do an episode on Thursday regarding that. So check out the link in the description, because that's where realistically a lot of the accurate information is going to come from. And with a bid like that, I'm still trying to puzzle it together. So I'm sure Rex and Dave know a lot more than I do. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Matheus Pereira, as I discussed earlier. So take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll speak to you all very shortly.